Welcome to a slow, beginner-friendly lesson on the Boolean type, made for absolute beginners. Booleans are small but important. Today we only define them. Using them as flags is the next lesson. Full if statements come much later. A bool, short for Boolean, is a value that is only ever true or false. Think of it as a light switch with two positions, on or off, never both, never neither. That sounds limiting, but it is exactly what a computer needs to make choices. Is the user logged in, true or false? Is the card empty, true or false? Every question a program asks eventually shrinks down to one of these two answers. A light switch. There are exactly two bool values in the entire language, no more. One is true, the other is false. You cannot invent a third. You cannot have a bool that is maybe. This strict either or is the source of their power. Because there are only two possibilities, a bool can drive every fork in the road, every check, every gate. Two values sound small, but two values can decide anything. Two answers, endless power. Two values, true and false. That is the whole bool type. It looks too small to matter, yet this tiny pair is the engine behind every choice a computer makes. Behind every login, every paywall, every traffic light, there is a bool quietly answering yes or no. The engine of choice. Here are the two values written out, true and false. Notice they are spelled with a capital first letter and no quotes. They are not strings, they are the actual bool values. You can store them in variables just like numbers or text. Is ready is true. Is empty is false. Read those out loud and they sound like plain statements about the world, which is exactly the point. Capitals, no quotes. Capitalization is not optional here. It must be true with a capital T, and false with a capital F. Write true in lowercase and Python will not recognize it as the bool, it will think you mean a variable name. And never wrap them in quotes. Quote true is just text, an ordinary string, not the bool. These two slips catch every beginner once. After today, they will not catch you. Mind the capital. The easiest way to think about bools is as yes or no questions. Is it raining, yes or no? Is the door open, yes or no? Is the password correct, yes or no? Where a human says yes, Python says true. Where a human says no, Python says false. Whenever you find yourself asking a yes or no question about your data, the answer will probably live in a bool. Yes means true. Every program is full of forks in the road. Take this path or that one. Show this message or hide it. At each fork sits a bool, deciding which way to go. Learning to read these yes or no values is learning to read the decisions inside any piece of software. Forks in the road. This is where bools are born. When you compare two values, Python answers with a bool. 5 greater than 3 is true. 5 less than 3 is false. 5 equals 5 is true. Notice the double equals, two of them, which asks a question rather than assigning a value. Every comparison produces one of the two bool values, true or false, with nothing else possible. Comparisons breed bools. Here are more comparisons, each giving a bool. 10 greater than or equal to 10 is true, because equal counts. 7 not equal to 8 is true, since they differ. Even text compares, the letter A equals the letter A is true. The operators look like maths, but the result is always the same small type, a bool that says yes or no about the two values. Always a bool. This distinction trips up every newcomer, so let us name it clearly. 1 equals sign assigns, it stores a value into a variable. Age equals 25 puts 25 into age. 2 equals signs ask, is equal to. Age equals 25 checks whether age really is 25, and returns true. 1 is a command, store this. The other is a question, is this true? 1 stores, 2 asks. A choice between two options is the oldest idea in logic, and the bool is its name in code. In or out. Allowed or denied. On or off. Strip away the details and almost every rule reduces to one of these two answers. The bool is the atom of decision. The atom of decision. Just like int and str, bools have their own type, named bool. Ask for the type of true and Python answers bool. Ask for the type of a comparison, 5 greater than 3, and the answer is also bool. This is the giveaway. Whenever you see a value whose type is bool, you know it came from a question with a yes or no answer. Bools are the type of truth itself. The type of truth. Because comparisons return bools, you can store their answers in variables. Age holds 25. Is adult stores the result of asking, is age at least 18, which is true. Can vote stores the same question. Now instead of re-asking every time, you hold the answer in a well-named variable and read it whenever you need it. This is how bools travel through a program. Hold the answer. The name Boolean comes from a real person, George Boole, a 19th century mathematician. He invented a kind of algebra where every value is either true or false, and the rules combine these values cleanly. His quiet idea, ignored in his lifetime, turned out to be exactly how a machine should reason. So every time you write true or false, you are using a name that honors him. Named for a thinker. Picture a traffic light, red or green, stop or go. That is a bool in the wild. Nothing in between, no amber of uncertainty. The clarity is the feature. When a value can only be one of two things, the code that reads it becomes simple, predictable, and easy to trust. Stop or go. Here is why bools matter so much. Almost every interesting program has to make decisions, and decisions need a yes or no to act on. Should this loop keep going, true or false? Should this branch run, true or false? Is this user allowed in, true or false? The bool is the foundation under all of it. Without it, code could only ever do one straight thing, with no choices at all. Under every choice, a common confusion worth clearing now. The bool true is not the same as the string true written in quotes. One is a truth value, the other is 4 letters of text. They look alike on the page, but Python treats them completely differently. Comparing them, true equals quote true, is false, because they are different types. Keep the bool without quotes and the string with quotes, and you will never mix them up. Not text, truth. Bools appear all over real programs. Is logged in is true while a user browses. Is admin is false for an ordinary account. Each flag is a single bool, yet together they control what a person can see and do. Read these lines aloud and they sound like plain English statements, because that is exactly what good bool variables are, simple truths about the state of your program. Flags everywhere. Beneath the fanciest features of any language, there is a foundation of decisions, and every decision rests on a bool. Loops, branches, permissions, they all ask the same tiny question, true or false. Master this smallest type, and the larger ones fall into place around it. The foundation beneath it all. It may seem strange that 2 values are enough to run the world's software. But any decision, no matter how complex, can be built from many small true or false questions chained together. Is the email valid? Is the password long enough? Is the account active? Stack enough bools and you can express any rule. 2 values, combined wisely, describe anything you need. 2 values, any rule. 1 tiny practice. Write 3 bool variables about yourself. Is a student, likes coffee, speaks Python, and set each to true or false honestly. Then write 1 comparison, like your age greater than 18, and store its result. Reading your own life as true or false values is a gentle, memorable way to make the bool type feel real. Your life is bools. A few traps to name. Lowercase true and false, which are not the bools. True and false wrapped in quotes, which are strings, not bools. Confusing 1 equals with 2 equals, assigning when you meant to ask. And comparing a bool to a string, like true against quote true. None of these are disasters, they are the standard early stumbles, and spotting them now saves hours later. Name the stumbles. Let us gather it all. A bool is a value that is only true or false, capitalized and unquoted. Comparisons produce bools, and the double equals asks is equal to. Bools have their own type, bool, and they are the foundation of every decision a program makes. If those ideas feel clear, you understand what a bool is and why it matters. Small type, huge role. The takeaway, in 1 line. A bool is the yes or no type, true or false, and every decision in code rests on it. In the next lesson we put bools to work and see how they drive conditions, the if statements that let a program choose its path. Take a breath. You just met the smallest, most powerful type in Python. Next, putting bools to work. Thanks for watching. Next, using bools.